Hey all, thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're making a gold ZL Power Ranger Power Staff designed by me, Mr. Campbell Prince. There will be links in the description below if you want to download this model for yourself on my Cults page, my Fangs page, or my Patreon. You can also join my Patreon and Fangs membership if you want to sell Mr. Campbell Prince products with a commercial license and put a little extra money in your own pocket. And if you don't own a 3D printer but you don't want to get this model and other Mr. Campbell Prince models, check out my Etsy store where you can get the finished product for yourself. And also please remember, I am running the Mr. Campbell Prince toy fundraiser where I am printing and creating as many 3D printed toys as possible and giving them out to children across the UK. Links will be in the description. Now, with all that being said and done, let's crack on with the rest of the video. Now, usually support removals are quite boring and this one isn't no different. The only difference is, for some reason, the support stuck so tight to this, actually when pulling it off, it actually removes some of the print itself, which is a bit annoying. But don't no fear, when you print it yourself, you shouldn't have this issue. Now, I've been gone a while because I have been busy printing out these toys for this Mr. Campbell Prince toy fundraiser. Like I said, there'll be links in the description below. Please do your part if you can. Yeah, as you may have heard, unfortunately, I was reading the other day online that the actual Bandai/Hasbro may be cancelling and not renewing Power Rangers anymore after 30 years. My beloved show. As you know, I'm a massive Power Rangers fan, love the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Obviously, I have built all the weapons from the original Power Rangers before. I'll put a link up here. But yeah, I was really disappointed to hear that they actually might not be making it anymore. So that spurred me on to make all the Power Rangers. So that is my goal. I am going to hopefully make all the main Ranger weapons from all the series. That's the goal anyway. How long that'll take me, I have no idea. But I will let you know that I have designed and made all the Zeo Ranger weapons. Well, I haven't printed them all up, but I've designed them all. So that will be coming up next, shortly over the next couple of weeks. And I wanted to start off with probably my favorite Zeo Ranger weapon of all, which is the Gold Ranger's Power Staff. Now, when printing this bit, I am just removing these bits here. So I probably over-engineered the design list. I thought every little bit of detail I want to get. But yeah, when printing and designing at a small scale, some bits you don't need. So when you get to the sort of, I guess, the pillars there, we'll go into the silver bit, which you'll see later on. You can just clip them off, you don't need them. But just get in the way and be a nightmare to fit together. Now, designing this process, as always, trying to figure out what to do and how to do it is a bit more difficult. It's always size and comparisons and trying to look online and what's this and what's that is really difficult. I looked at the legacy weapon and sort of based the dimensions on that, but I made mine a little bit bigger because in the show it seems to be a lot bigger than the actual legacy weapon is. Maybe it's just me, but that's what I feel anyway. Now, I have, when you download this file yourself, you have two options. When it comes to like this red part here and some of the other parts, you can print it as one single piece or split in two. I've decided to show you the one split in two because this is how you put it together, but you do have the option just print the board in one single piece, as well as some of the other split parts as well. So yeah, you don't have to do it all individually. Now, getting this in is pretty tight. I decided to make the tolerances a bit tighter on this so you can use less glue, which a lot of people have said. And as you can see here, it's time to hammer. Yeah, you will need a hammer or some sort of brush to give it a little squeeze in, because I wanted to use as little glue as possible. One, because it leaves a lot of white residue, and two, you can build things without using glue. So I decided to make this model the most glue friendly, if that makes sense. Now, these tiny bits are a nightmare. This is some David Attenborough and zoom in right now because it took me forever. This video was sped up, but trying to get these little circle bits in, yeah, it was a bit difficult. Now, you can notice my nails look a bit dirty. It's not dirt, it is paint, because thank you very much for everyone ordering on my Etsy store. I am making so much more models and everyone wants them painted, so I'm painting them, literally going back and forth between building this for showing this video and actually making models for my customers and my clients. Now, yes, I could have didn't have to put these little tiny bits in, or I could have tried to connect them with the big bit, but it wouldn't have been authentic, and I tried to keep as much detail in the original Gold Ranger Zeo Staff as possible, and this was one of the things I decided to keep in there. So yes, they do fit in. You don't need glue, it just needs a delicate hand and tweezers or snippers like I'm using here. This was quite frustrating. You can see I dropped one piece, I swapped another piece and put it back. Up to you if you want to print it or not. Just maybe drop a bit of paint in there, but it comes with the files anyway. Or even if you want to, you could don't separate the files when you print it, and if you've got AMS system or multicolor print like that, probably not worth it, because you can use a lot more filament to do it that way than you need to, but that is an option. Going back to the Power Rangers being cancelled, let me know what you think in the comments. I am pretty upset about it. Don't get me wrong, I haven't watched Power Rangers properly in the last 7 years or so. I watch it with my kids because my kids are into it, but as a hardcore Power Ranger fan, I probably dropped off after Lost. Nah, actually, I did watch Down of Under, but say Lost Galaxy was a proper real time I stopped watching it properly. But either way, I'm still upset. Read the comics and all of that, and yeah, it's just a shame that they're actually cancelling. I hope it's not true. I hope they're doing it for a new season, or someone else takes over and decides to do a revamped, remodel, whatever you want to call it, version of the Power Rangers. It'd be interesting to see that. I've seen a lot of TikTok versions of it. People do Mystic versions. I know there is a Mystic Force, but you know, like Viking versions, Egyptian versions, they look absolutely amazing. In fact, watching them actually made me think maybe I might design my own Power Ranger weapons and models just based off an idea that I like, but each to their own. Now, when putting it all together, that top red thing you don't put in first, you have to put in this top bit, the clamp, then put it in after. You could technically put it in first, but if you do misalign it and stick it together, that top bit's not going in. The design process of this was actually a bit more difficult than normal because I didn't want to use glue for a lot of pieces, for most of the things, and I wanted to make it actually move. As you'll see, just like the weapon does, you can open and slide the top part to reveal this, I guess, technical circuit board underneath. And the design process without using clips or using things that if you slide it in, it locks into place and you can't undo it after if anything should break or fall off. I wanted to avoid that, and I think that's my main goal. Also, the connectors. In this video, I had to snip all the connectors off. I have redesigned this model, so when you download it yourself, you won't have issues with connectors. I've made them shorter because I made them too long in this version. As you can see there at the bottom, that is where I pulled off support and it ripped off the bit of the plastic, which was a nice. Actually, it ripped off more than a bit of plastic. It ripped off the whole part where the supports were. Now, as always, I love magnets in my pieces, and you do need magnets. You don't actually need magnets, if I'm being honest. There's only one part in this. I made the tolerances quite tight, so the pole and all this part actually holds up for itself when you slide it up and down to transform into different modes. You don't actually need to use a magnet, but I put one in anyway, depending on your print, on how your printer is. You know, some people tolerances may be a bit tighter or looser. Mine was perfect, it works perfectly, but yeah, this is where you place a magnet before you put it together. You could also print this all in one super piece, so this is actually the two-piece part. I have made a 4-piece part of these golden bits as well, so depending on the size of your printer, or if you want to do different versions for whatever reason, you have the option to do so when you download the file. And as you can see, that magnet lines up perfectly where it does in a pole, so when it's rested up, it doesn't slide down if, like I said, the tolerances aren't too tight. But I've done a lot of talking for now. I'll leave you for a little moment and I'll catch up with you in a moment. Now, when putting these all together, it is quite simple. You put the two halves of the blade together, glue it, slot it in, and it's done. Like I said, I try to minimize glue. There obviously are some parts, especially when it's split directly in half and it's a flat surface, where you will need glue, but predominantly you don't need much glue for this. Now, talking of the Zeo Rangers, I'm going to do a little competition. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you have the chance to actually win this. I will ship this out for free to you anywhere in the world. All you have to do is leave a comment, put MCP0, Zeo, sorry, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what your favorite Power Rangers, Power Rangers series, whatever it is. So all you do is leave a comment, MCP0, leave your comment and like and follow on Instagram, and that's all you have to do. So it's simple. Like and follow me on Instagram, leave a comment and a like on this video on YouTube, and I will choose a random comment, drop you a message, and then yeah, you get this shipped out to you for free. Hope that's well. But getting on to Mr. Campbell Prints as a business. Now, I want to thank every single one of you because you're making my dreams come true, like I say previously, but it really is making a difference. So please, if you want to support this channel, the best way to do that is go to my Patreon. There are different membership tiers. There's one where you get all the STL files and you get the commercial license to sell this, and they're just a supporter, just as my YouTube membership. So you can either support me on YouTube, through thanks, for Patreon, or all free, all my Etsy as well. So if you can, that really helps. It goes a long way to helping me build this channel, helping me do a lot more things like making more unique prints, doing new designs, reviewing things, whatever it is you guys want to see, I can build it more and do more with it. But I do need your help to do so. Thank you so much. I do appreciate every single one of you. And also don't forget the Mr. Campbell Prints fundraiser. It means a lot. I'm trying to do as much as I can. I think I'm over close to 2,000 different items and toys printed so far. The goal ideally is to get to 10,000 so I can give it to as many children as possible, but we're getting there, we're getting closer, which is really good. So yeah, please support the channel, support the toy drive, support the Patreon, the fangs, the Etsy, the Colts, all of that great good stuff. But getting back to putting it together, so I was trying to design a way to make this gold top bit one single piece, but it's quite difficult to do that and have the silent mechanism. Well, I did design a piece where it slots in, it clips into place, but it couldn't put itself back out again. So it will slide perfectly, it will lock into place. But if there's any mishaps with the print, or your printer failed or anything like that, it was just a nightmare. And especially if something breaks, if you drop it really hard, or you actually end up using it like a toy weapon and you snap one of the parts, you couldn't replace it easily because it's one solid piece. At least this way, when it's split, if something breaks, you can split it apart, fix whatever's inside or fix the exterior and just glue it back together, which is nice and simple. Now, in terms of length, this is a total of 98 centimeters long, about 6 centimeters thick, and about 20 centimeters wide. So yeah, this is a scale model as possible. Like I said, I have made or designed all the other Zero range weapons, and the plan is to release some more over the next couple of weeks. I was going to do an order from like 01, 02, 03, 04 and all that stuff, but I am still designing the one weapon left, which is the Yellow Rangers, because I'm in two minds of how to do the chain mechanism. I was going to do a simple chain like I did with the Michelangelo nunchucks, but it gets too thick at that size, and to shrink it down smaller, it just becomes too weak. So let me know in the comments if you've got any other ideas to make a thin chain looking mechanism. Google what the Yellow Ranger Zero weapon looks like and you see what I mean. It just end up might being use a bit of filament or a bit of string, but I'm trying to avoid that because I want to try and keep it 100% 3D printed. But we'll see that in due course. With this, the rings now, these are the magnets. So as you just saw, you will need two magnets at the base to attach it to, we saw the two circles to attach it to the bottom if it slides. Like I said, this is printed really tightly, and as you can see the final assembly now, full assembly, everything slots into place. You don't need the magnets really. The only parts you actually need the magnets are these bits here, where the silver bit goes at the bottom because it locks into place so it doesn't slide back up. But the rest of the model, you don't need the magnets. I put magnet holes there, both in the gold bits will open up, and in the pole as you saw on the staff, but you don't need to have them. They actually do hold in place, but it's there if you want it and all that good stuff. So please like, share, subscribe to this video, my channel and all that great stuff. And I cannot wait to see you as I develop and grow as a creator. Getting close to 7,000 subscribers now. I can't believe I'm this far. I only started for like 2 subscribers at the beginning. My goal is to get to 10 million. We will get there somehow and somewhere. But you know, you got to take baby steps here and there. And I appreciate every single one of you. But with that being said and done, I love and appreciate every single one of you. But let's get to the animation / glamour shots. Let's go!